Hello everybody, my name's Jonathan and welcome to Bearly Unboxed. We're back with a Monster High video. I've been very excited to get my hands on some of these. These are the new Series 3 Buried Secrets dolls, and I picked up 2 of them. I found these at Walmart. The specific name for this Series 3 is Haunted Dance. So you have 4 Monster High characters, and they all have ballet slippers, and they come with masquerade masks. So it's like a masquerade dance recital kind of vibe, I think, that they got going on. And this time we get a pink coffin, which before we had, the first series, the Cozy was it Cozy Creepover or something like that, was like a Cleo themed coffin. And then the second series, which was called New Scaremester, had a Draculaura one. Now this one is pink, so I'm assuming that this is a Lagoona themed casket, because the bow kind of looks like her ears, if you notice that. So I think that's what they're going for with this. So this is the first time we've seen Lagoona, and Twyla is also in this set. Now these are limited articulated dolls, but they have very unique looks, and so I hopefully I picked up Twyla and Lagoona, and I actually recorded some footage of me finding these at Walmart, and I kind of explain how to go about finding who you want. So let's go to that footage, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I decided to check Walmart for these new Buried Secrets, and they have a full case of them. And from what I've seen online is you can't peel this back to figure out who's inside anymore. But if you look at the color right here in this little spot, you can figure it out. So that's purple. Apparently that means it's Claudine. And from what I also understand is the first 2 in the front are both Claudine. And then this one I think is Cleo, because it's gold. And then that one's also Cleo, because it's also gold. It's hard to see on camera. But then these last 2 should be Lagoona and Twyla. So this one is definitely Twyla, because it's blue and pink. Alright, so I really wanted to get Twyla, and I really want to get Lagoona. And I think this is Lagoona, so. And I will put the other ones back. Alright, so now that you've seen that, I'm pretty sure this is the Lagoona and this is Twyla. So we're going to open up Twyla first and save Lagoona for last, because she's my favorite. Twyla's also my favorite, though. So now I'm not expecting Twyla's eyes to glow in the dark in this, because this is a budget doll. But usually on her main dolls, her eyes will glow in the dark. I really hope they do in this one, but I don't think they're going to. So let me get this plastic off here, and then I'll show you a little more in detail, because without the glare of the plastic. Okay, so here is a close-up of the artwork of the 4 dolls. So we also have Cleo and Claudine. And if you noticed in my footage, I mentioned that each case has 2 Claudine and 2 Cleo, and only 1 Lagoona and 1 Twyla. So these 2 are very sought after, I think. I know that they are very unique looking compared to their mainline dolls. So this is the packaging. We have full artwork of them on the back. Here's the barcode. Like I said, I did get these from Walmart. I know they've also been showing up at Fred Meyer's in the Pacific Northwest. I myself have not been able to find them at Fred Meyer near me. But one of my Fred Meyer's near me is going out of business and they don't have anything. They're closing. It's weird. But one of my favorite ones too. But they're closing, so they don't have any new stock. And the other one near me still has the Series 2 of these. Okay. So this part comes off, and I'm definitely going to keep this for the artwork. Whoops. As I throw it on the ground. So here is what this looks like. Now, like I was saying, you look in right here to see who you get. And like Claudine's is purple and Cleo's is gold. Because they changed it so that there's no symbol right here. So you can't pull that plastic back to see a symbol. They're getting a little smarter, I think, with the packaging on these. Now, if you get these in like international, other countries other than the USA, I don't think they're blind packaged. But correct me if I'm wrong, if you know. If you live in like Germany or England or somewhere else, let me know in the comments if you even get the Buried Secrets. I'd love to hear that. So this is where you'll find out who you got. And we did get Twyla because that's a bunny mask. And Twyla does have a bunny mask in this series. And then it has a water bottle. And then this one has her ballet slippers. And is there anything on the last one? Oh, there is. There is a little bow of some sort. All right. So, and then you just keep opening these. Now, this is kind of neat. There is a rose on the coffin lid. So, I don't know. This might not be Lagoona. This might just be kind of just its own thing. Or maybe it's Twyla. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I just know the previous ones kind of represented different ghouls in this series. So here is the coffin. But before we reveal her, it does have this on the side, and it says, whenever Twyla gets the pre-show jitters, she twirls her earrings 13 times for good luck. That's awesome. And then on this side, it says, this Boogie Monster's favorite ballet performance is the critically acclaimed duet of the Dust Bunnies. So that's really cute. It also has it in French, if you can read French. All right, and then it does have a skelet up here, and it says Monster High on the bottom in like rainbow. So here we go. We're going to reveal her. I'm very excited for this. Oh my goodness, there she is. She has such a beautiful screening. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's get these packages out of here. Okay, so I took out the little blind packaged thing so you can kind of get a better look at what she looks like inside the coffin. There's a lot to look at on the inside of here, and we will take a look at it here in just a second. I want to get a good look at her. Okay, so she does have the pixelated screening, which is a UV screening method. But she looks amazing. I'm not even really mad about the UV screening. It really works well. She has like a gradient on her lips. All right, so let me get her out of here, and then we will take a closer look. And here she is out of her coffin. Look at her gorgeous face. And you can kind of see it a little bit in the light, that it does have a little bit of pixelization, but it's really cute. And she has little bow earrings. I love that. Her hair is done up in like a faux bun. And from what I've seen, because I did watch Draculaja review all 4 of the dolls in this series, is this is just short hair. So this is the ends of the hair right here, and it's just made up to look like a bun. And you know what? I'm not even mad about that. I think it looks amazing. It works really well, and it's like less hair. It is polypropylene hair, but it actually feels really soft, and it doesn't look bad the way they did it. So she does have this plastic bow piece over top of her outfit. We'll take a better look at the outfit here in a second, but I did want to show off her legs have these little smoky bow effects. And so she also has them on her arm. It kind of looks like a corset, like a ballet corset or ballet shoes, how they like lace up. So she's not going to be rebodied. There's no way I want to get rid of this unique markings that she has on her, because the other dolls of her do not have that. And I love that she has like this little side eye. It's very pretty. So the articulation for these dolls is very limited, but they do have the head articulation. They have the shoulder articulation that we're used to having. No elbow, but we do get wrist articulation, which is nice. It's nice to have that at least. And then they can sit very, very well. Whoop, don't fall over. She can sit very 90 degrees, which is awesome. And the legs still are like forward. They're not like splayed out. And then she can do the splits like that much. So that's some pretty good articulation, to be honest. All right, so her outfit, like I was saying, this is a plastic piece. It's like a bow with an hourglass on it. And this just comes off, and underneath it's just a plain purple top and dress, and it's all one piece, and it has like this kind of lacy, iridescent black tulle. I like that. I wish it was in the front right here too, though. But I think it's nice that it isn't, because then you can see the print on this dress, which is really cool. There's like keys in it, and ribbons and bows. It's really cool. And lots of like paisleys and stuff. I like that. So, you know, the plastic piece I don't mind, because you still get a full dress, which is really, really nice. All right, so we're going to real quick take a look at the inside of her coffin, and then we'll open up her blind packages. So the inside of the coffin is awesome. It always has little Easter eggs and things. So it does have her bunny mask up here. It has a bunch of spiders. And then there's some books. Lots more spiders. The curtains match her skirt. You see that? The curtains kind of match her skirt, which is really, really cool. And then there's like smoke down here. And I like that it has like her hand, like a silhouette. That's cool, like a shadow puppet. And then water bottle, her bag. There's a little comb. And this looks like a vanity mirror, which is really neat. And then there's some lights up here. And then on this side, we have Lagoona. And it's the Lagoona from this line. So this haunted dance line. And then we also have Manny, the Minotaur. And then we also have her dust bunny, Dustin, which is really cute. They're like, you know, cheering her on for her ballet performance. Now, I did hear a lot of people were hoping that this was meaning that we were getting a Manny doll in G3, but apparently someone that works on the Monster High team said no. It's just there for storytelling, and that really disappoints me. Apparently boy dolls don't sell, but please put him in a 2-pack with a girl doll like you did before, Mattel. I think that was like a Comic-Con exclusive. But yeah, I would love to have Manny the Minotaur. I don't even have a G1 of him, and I've been looking for him, and he is just impossible to find for a good price, at least when I've looked. So, all right. So I don't have a doll stand handy, so we're just going to prop her up in her coffin like that while we open her packages. I do need to grab some doll stands, but I'll do that in a second. So, this is the Duet of the dust bunnies. And you can see there's a couple dust bunnies and an hourglass. And then it has a little picture. It has the artwork of Twyla dancing on top of the hourglass, which is really cool. So let's see what we got in here. I like this packaging. It's really cool. Okay. Ooh, there's some really cool stuff in here. Okay, so we get a lot of stuff in this one package. We get her little comb, which has a lock on it, and it's a very dark, deep purple. I love this. It's on both sides. No paint detail. And then we get her water bottle, which is hollow. And it does have a finger hole, so she can hold this. And it looks like it has bows on it. That kind of matches her whole theme. And then like smokiness. I'm trying to see if that is anything. I think it's just detail, just smoky detail. And then we get a little bag, which you can put the water bottle inside of. So that's really cool. Oops. And it has really nice detail. It has the two dust bunnies and a little lock. Blank on the bottom. And then the back looks like it has like a little pocket with lace around it and a bow. So that's really cool. I like that. And then this is probably the coolest thing in this package. And it's this really highly detailed bunny mask. And you can see it's just like a pair of glasses. And it looks like smoke. And there's the UV painted detail on it, and there's a little keyhole that's actually cut out. So that's really, really cool. All right, let me put that on her, and we'll see what this looks like, because I don't want to mess up her hair though, so I gotta be really careful. Okay. Oh, that's really cute. That is really, really cute and kind of creepy and very Donnie Darko. I love Donnie Darko. If you've ever seen the movie Donnie Darko, leave a comment down below. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. I have not seen it forever, but if you've never seen it, I suggest watching, I think it's the director's extended cut. So much better. So there's that. That's really cool. This is a good opportunity to be disappointed. Let's see if her eyes glow in the dark. They do not. Okay. I expected that. And I might add some glow in the dark to them myself, because I can do that. I can put some little glow in the dark paint or something on there. Alright. Now the comb, I've noticed a lot of people taking the comb. Let me see if I can get her mask off. And putting it in her bun. Kind of, yeah. Like it's a little crown or something. Which I think is really cute. I think maybe that's what they intended you to do. It doesn't really show that in the artwork, though. Yeah. I don't know. But that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to leave her mask off for the time being. But we have... Whoop, so this is why I need a doll stand. So let me grab one. Alright, I went ahead and grabbed an extra doll stand for when we get Lagoona out of her packaging. Alright, so there we go. That is much, much better. Okay. Plus you can see her a lot better that way. Alright, so here's the other package. It says the same thing on it. And this should be her shoes. Yes, it is. So she gets very short ballet shoes with smokiness to them. There's so much detail in these. There's a little spider web, because she's all about spiders and cobwebs and stuff like that. And then the bottoms of them have little bows and more laces. That's really interesting. And the bows have a keyhole. All right, let's put these on her. I think I already got the stand caught on her dress. That's not good. Okay. So these are shorter, and I think Cleo and Claudine both have longer ballet slippers with longer straps, but I think they did it the short way for her so you could still see the little bows on her legs. So there is what she looks like. Let's give her her bag. So there's her bag. And there she is posing. And then we'll put her mask on her too. And I'm trying to be very careful about not messing up her hairdo. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. And there is Twyla in all her ballet bunny glory. Oh, that's so cool. I love Twyla's color palette. It is my favorite colors. Purple, like teal blue. Purples and teal blues are so gorgeous, I think, and I love it. Okay, so there is Twyla. Let's put her right here. And then we will take a look, and hopefully this should be Lagoona. It has the same packaging, so I won't even bother showing that off. And I'll just jump right into unboxing her. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you've been excited for these and whether or not you are going to pick any up, specifically who you would like to get. All right. So here is the moment of truth. And it does look like that is Lagoona's mask. It's like a little sea creature mask. So I am super, super happy. And then there's her water bottle, which looks like it has a moon and constellations on it. That can't be right. I think that's Claudine's bottle because it has like a triple moon thing and moons all over it. That's funny. We'll have to see what her bottle actually looks like when we unbox it. And then it has her ballet slippers with bubbles. It's cute. And the last one is, I guess that is her little like comb or bows or something. Little bubble bow, a bubble bow. I think it's supposed to be her little comb. All right, so let's get this out of here. Okay. And yes, it does say very specific things for Lagoona. It says, ever since Lagoona Blue was a little minnow, she has dreamed of starring in a production of Kraken Lake, which is awesome. And then this side says, this sea monster's pre-show ritual, drinking a bottle of water in 2 seconds flat to make sure she's as hydrated as can be. I love that. I drink water all the time, and that reminds me. Yum. I'm one of those weirdos that loves water. I don't know. I just love water. All right, so here we go. Are we ready to reveal Lagoona? Oh my goodness. There she is, all blurry because my camera doesn't want to focus. She looks so good. And she has little bows on her cheeks. That is really cute. Okay, let me take a look at her. Wow. I will say the UV screenings are really well done, and it's very, very uncommon that you'll get a crooked, wonky screening when it comes to the UV screenings, unlike the stamping. Okay, wow, her arms are posed differently than Twyla's too. They're like a different angle. I actually like the pose on both of these arms a lot. You can see that her legs are completely blue all the way down. It's almost like she's becoming more blue, more Lagoona blue, which would be awesome. And there's actually some scale detail molded into the plastic right here, which is amazing. Does she have that on her arms? She does. I can feel it on the other side. Yeah. can kind of see right here. That's really cool. Now I'm like, I'm trying to remember if her core dolls are like that. All right, so let me get her out of here and then we'll take a look. And here is Lagoona out of her packaging. She is so gorgeous. I will say this though. The lips on mine are printed crooked. They're printed up too high. Oh no, that is so disappointing. You can see that the corners of her lips are not where they should be. Now I'm wondering... No, it's perfect on Twyla. Twyla looks absolutely perfect. But unfortunately, yeah, those are definitely not in the right spot. The eyes seem to be in the right spot, though. Yeah, the eyes seem perfectly fine. Now, if you look at her from the front, it looks really weird. You know, I might have to contact Mattel and let them know. I don't know. Sometimes they'll send you a new one if it's really bad. If your doll is really bad. I don't know. Maybe I can live with this. Maybe I can repaint her lips. I actually think she looks really cute with her lips up that high. Now that's really bugging me now that I've seen it. Well, anyway, let's move on. So she has little bow earrings. Her hair is also in like a little bun, but again, it's very short hair. And it's actually pulled over her ears, and I kind of want to like, can I lift that above? Yeah, that looks better. Because that's how she looks in the artwork. I might have to redo her hair to get that to stay on this side. So I did get it to stay on that side, but this side's still going over the ear. So she does have the little plastic piece, and it kind of looks like tentacles, like a kraken. And it has little bubbles, and the bubbles are actually painted, which is really, really cool. And she's actually wearing shorts instead of a dress. And this is like all one piece, just like with Twyla, and it has the same black glitter tulle around the edges. Now she has the same articulation as Twyla, so she should be able to sit. Yep. And has the hands and the shoulder and the head. Now, I just think it's really cool that her legs are blue, translucent blue all the way up. I would love to see like a fully translucent version of her where she's all blue. I think that would be amazing. And then here's what the legs look like. They have that like kind of scale detail, and I don't know they do. Okay. I was like, I don't know if these come out, but that one popped right out of there. So, yeah, that would be really cool if they made a fully blue Lagoona blue, like she used to be. All right, so let me put her on her stand, and then we will take a look at her box. I'm knocking everything around. So hers, let me get that out of there. Hers is really cool. It looks like an underwater scene, and it has her mask up here, and there's all this like coral and sea life. And then it shows her water bottle here, which looks very different than the one that was in the imagery. There's her comb and her bag. The curtains are being held back with tentacles. That is amazing. And then there's more tentacles right up here. And then you have Ghoulia. And from what I understand, this is Ghoulia from the next Berry Secrets line, which is going to be a sports theme line, where I guess they're like playing tennis or something. And then this is Gil. Again, he's just here for storytelling. I love Gil, and I want a Gil doll so badly in G3. And then here's Neptuna, her pet. So that's really cool. All right, so I'm getting warnings on my phone that it's overheating because it's warm today. So hopefully I can finish recording before it fails on me. All right, so the Kraken Lake is the dance that Lagoona is doing. It's really cute. All right, and this has all her stuff in it other than her shoes. So she does get a water bottle, and it looks completely different than the one in the image. So I think they put the wrong water bottle on her box. That's funny. They put Claudine's water bottle. So here's her bag. Has tentacles and starfish on it. It's awesome. And like seashells. And there's a little seashell zipper pull molded in there. That's really cool. And again, you can put her water bottle in the bag. I love this color combination so much. This pink and teal green or seafoam green. And then here is her comb. It's a very dark, I guess that's black. And it has seashells on it. It's kind of an interesting color to give her. Let's try putting the comb in her hair. So it's kind of hard to see because it's in the back, but that's actually not bad. I like it. And lastly, we have her sea creature mask. This is so beautiful. And these look like tentacles for the ear pieces. That's really cool. Or seaweed. Maybe it's seaweed. Very cool. All right, let's put this on her. Oh my gosh, that is the cutest. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Oh, her comb came out. Take her off the stand. And there she is. That is gorgeous. Wow. Other than those lips. Those lips are really bothering me, but that's okay. It's okay, Lagoona. We all can't be perfect all the time. And that's okay. Perfectly okay. Alright, so last thing we have is her ballet slippers, and they are short, so they don't cover up her or get in the way of her fins. Wow, my camera does not want to focus. There we go. It has like tentacles and ribbons, and the bottom has more tentacles and bows. It's really, really cool. Alright, let me get her shoes on. I do wish these shoes had some paint detail to them, but they are really, really pretty. I like the metallic pink on these. And there she is. Let me give her bag. So there we go. There's Lagoona. She's getting ready to go perform Kraken Lake. She looks really cute. I really like her color palette a lot. Very, very cute. Alright, let me put her on the stand. And then we'll do like a side-by-side of them. They look really cute. And if you'll notice, Twyla is shorter than Lagoona because Twyla is supposed to be a petite doll, so they still kept that even in the budget form, and I love that. That means they had to make a whole new mold, a whole new body just for Twyla. And actually for Lagoona because she does have the fins. So, you know, I'm kind of confused why they're using these budget doll bodies because they had to make the mold to begin with. But, you know, I guess it saves money in the long run. And they can release more budget dolls of Twyla and Lagoona now that they created those molds. But yeah, I'm not going to rebody either of these like I have with other Buried Secrets dolls, mainly because they're so unique with the whole blue leg. I don't want to get rid of that. I think that's a really cool effect. And I also think that they look good just as are. And their hair actually is not bad because it's short polypropylene. And if you're going to do polypropylene, having it short and pulled back in a bun is probably the way to go. So, but yeah, you'll have to let me know who was your favorite of today. Was it Twyla or was it Lagoona? If I had to pick one, it would be really difficult because I love this bunny motif for Twyla so much, and her mask and her color palette. But I am a huge Lagoona fan, so I am going to pick Lagoona. She's my favorite of the two. I am planning on getting Cleo and Claudine for this line, so look for a future video with those two in the coming weeks. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, please give it a big thumbs up. If you can hype my video too, hype it up. I'd love that. Also, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit that bell for notifications, and you'll get notified when I put up all my new videos. Use the subscription tab to keep track of all my videos too. I use that for other people that I follow. Also, share the video with anyone you think might like to see this. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Take care out there. Love you guys. Bye. A special shout out to all my members. Thank you guys so much. Also, thank you to all my subscribers, new and old. Without you, these videos would not be possible. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.